Good morning, guys. So it's Saturday morning. I'll post this later in the week. I always have been trying to make all my videos like early on the weekends when I'm not teaching and then post them during the week. Because there's just not enough time during the week to do that. I wanted to talk about meat, and I know that prices are going to go back up. I know beef came down for a while, but it's going to go back up, and only because when we had the drought down in the south, the numbers that are coming out of like Texas, for example, that the farmers sold 50% of their livestock. That isn't what they normally do. They normally raise and then they butcher, or send off to the meat packing factories. They send off what they've, their percentage, and they keep the young heifers and raise them for a year, and then breed them because you can't breed them the first year. You're not supposed to. I don't think you even can. I don't think they even come into heat until they're like 8 or 9 months old. So you've got 9 months of feed to go into this baby cow in order for her to become a heifer, and then you would breed her later, and then you could have more babies to, keep your meat supply going. But when they did that, there was a glut of meat into the food processing. And once you do that, then it's going to drive the prices down. But now that we've butchered and people who are going through all of that meat, now you're going to find the problem of prices are going to start to rise pretty soon. And I wanted to impress upon you the importance of using a local farmer. And if you live in a city, let's say you live in Detroit. I'm going to do Detroit because I'm in Michigan. And you don't have a local farmer because you live in town. You can get a hold of the Michigan State University's Extension Office. And they'll be able to find you a farmer that's within a couple hours, maybe even 40 minutes away from the city, who probably does and raises meat consumption for humans and has a farm. And what they do is then you buy them by the quarter of a cow, half a cow, whole cow, and you pay a price per pound. So let's say that your cow weighs 100 pounds. I'm just going to say, because keep it simple. And you pay $3.50 a pound. So you're going to pay $350 for that 100 pounds of meat. But here's the thing. I know that's a lot of money, and you're going to have to store it. You're either going to have to can it, or you're going to have to freeze it, keep it freeze. You're paying $3.50 for the hamburger, the steaks, the roasts, whatever you want from that 100 pounds if you buy a whole cow. So like we got a half a cow last year, and we got a half a cow this year. And what I asked for was, when I talked to the lady, we kept the tongue, we kept all the soup bones. We asked for everything that came with the cow on that part. Because a lot of people, they don't want the tongue, or they don't want, they want the gourmet meat. And you can specify what you want. We also got a pig, part of a pig. And it's the same way. So when you get your meat, then I'll take you over to where my pig is to show you. I specifically asked for ham steaks, like this. And this is perfect for the three of us. It's just enough for one meal. And it's good for dinner. I mean, it doesn't take long to cook. It's, what is that? About 3/4 of an inch, half an inch thick. And that's what you get. Here's a little pork steak. See? And it's got my name on it, Kim D. So this is how it comes. You're going to get, and this was a pork. So here's the beef oxtails. I asked for all of it, seriously, because I can make a really nice stew out of this. That was the beef. Here's the bacon. Here's more ham. Here's some pork chops. Yes. And it comes just like grocery store meat. I mean, oh, this came off. Pork chops. What does it say? Oh, you can't read that one. Normally, it'll tell you that, here we go. Let's get this beef oxtail one. It's 2 pounds. See how it says processed for Kim D? That's me. And then Bishop was the name of the farmer. So it goes to the meat processing, and they use Ebels and Falmouth, and we've loved the food we've gotten. Also, you can see I got ground pork. And I got the ground beef. And we got a small pork steak. And so when you're coming here, even if I paid $3, You know, I paid $350. I have a freezer full of meat. When was the last time you were able to go? And the bacon is a little fatty. My husband would like a little more meat on it, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But I told him, I said, just that package alone, what is that? Is that a pound? That's a pound. A pound of bacon the last time I looked, and I haven't looked because I stopped buying it. Last time I looked at bacon, it was like, was it $10, $11 for a pound of bacon? Well, that's $11. My $300. I mean, I got all this, and we've eaten out of this. When we first bought it, this was literally full to the brim. We have been eating. We've been eating the hamburger out of it. We've been eating this one, because we have chickens to butcher, so we've been really pushing getting some of this stuff eaten out of here. But think about buying your meat this way, because first of all, it's all packaged for you. It's clean. It's just like you get it from the store. It's no different. And once you get it packaged and you put it in your freezer, then you have all this meat for you. Now, let's say the electricity is going to go out for a long time. I've got to find a way to process this. And I would have to start canning and dehydrating and doing all sorts of stuff if I knew something was coming, like if you lived in Florida or something, or where the hurricane has just been. But as you can see, I've got plenty of meat. I'm not going to worry about meat. And I can guarantee you, I would have spent way more than the money I spent this year on the meat, because this isn't the big stand-up freezer where we have all the roasts and steaks and stuff. Because you're not going to find a steak for $3.50 or $4.50 a pound. Not unless you want the icky kind of steak. But when you get a half cow, you get part of the prime rib, you get part of the T-bones, you get ribeye steaks, you get roasts. I mean, I was in the store the other day, and what was I looking at? They wanted like $34 for these 3 pounds of meat. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. Oops, sorry. How do you feed a family decent food? They don't want us to feed, but I'm not going to get political. I'm just saying. So I've got the ground pork, which I'm going to make my own sausage. I'm really picky about my sausage. I like to make my own because there's a piece of people that put too much sage in it or too much of this in it. And then everybody's got to make it hot and spicy. I don't know why everything's got to be spicy. If I want spicy, I'll put spicy in it, but don't make me have spicy. So this is why you want to buy your meat from a local farmer. My carbon footprint for buying this is smaller than any of the meat that you're going to buy that was packaged and then sent far, far away. See, there's some soup bones right there. Oh, I should pull that out and make some broth. Not today. My ADD kicked in. Way smaller for me and my family to buy a cow that was butchered this cow lived 12 miles down the road. And this pig lived 12 miles down the road. So, way much better carbon footprint. Oh, I was up yesterday. We were at the store last night to get some fruit, and we were looking at, was it raspberries or grown in South Africa? Seriously, grown in South Africa. First of all, do you know that's got to be at least minimum, even on a plane. You got to pick it, you got to wash it, you got to pack it, you got to put it on the plane. The plane's got to fly here to a warehouse. They have to store it. They have to unload it. Then they have to repack it from the warehouse, put it onto a trailer or whatever they're sending it to. Let's say they're going to do a plane again. They're not. They're going to put it on a semi, package it into the semi, drive it to the store where I'm at. And trust me, I'm nowhere near any big store. And then take it from the trailer into the store, unbox it, repackage or whatever they do to put it onto the shelf. That's got to be at least, let's be nice, generous and say it's 3 days. 3 days transit. 3 days to get from South Africa to here. Through the whole system. And I know it's longer than that. I know it's way longer than that. When was the last time you picked, I think they were raspberries. When was the last time you picked a raspberry off the bush that was ripe and ready to eat, that you could leave for 3 days and not have it get mushy and icky? Or have the fruit flies all over it? And how much does it cost in gas and all that stuff to get a raspberry from South Africa to the middle of nowhere, Michigan. I mean, how much gas was used? How much diesel was used to do that? Because, you know, they flew it. They didn't put it on a boat. If they put it on a boat, we know it didn't get here in 3 days. And what kind of chemicals have they put on that or sprayed on it so that it didn't ripen? Or do they pick it so green that it didn't ripen and ripened while it was being shipped, which is why it doesn't taste anywhere near like it should if it just came out of, if you just picked it out of your yard. So if you're a granola eater, well, I'm a granola eater. If you're one of those people who is screaming about carbon gases and we need electric this and we need to get rid of that, and you're eating raspberries from South Africa and you live in the United States, walk your talk. Just walk your talk. You shouldn't be eating raspberries unless they're in season and they're grown locally. Because your carbon footprint for that is way bigger than my carbon footprint driving my gas-powered vehicle 12 miles down the road to go to work. So, there you go. You don't want to hear it. Sorry, I'm ranting. But it floored me that we have, my grocery store in Nowhere, Michigan has raspberries from South Africa. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely a waste of resources. You don't need raspberries. And if you needed raspberries, you should have bought them from somebody who grew them by you. Or God, go get some and grow your own. They're not hard to grow. It just kills me. Kills me because I'm done with this whole political crap that people put on. Anyway, that's all there is about the meat. Walk your talk if you're one of those people. Try and buy local, guys. Go and find a farmer. Call your extension offices. Do a Google search. You know, go on Facebook Market. And I hate Facebook, but if you go to Facebook Marketplace, you know, everybody checks in there. But go look. Do some digging. I mean, it's worth your time. You'll save a bunch of money. And you'll have the security of knowing that you've got meat in your freezer. And that you helped a neighbor who may live 30 miles away, but you're helping put food on their table instead of sending your money to some CEO of some big company who doesn't care about any of us. Because you know what? They're going to have raspberries and they have enough money they can fly to South Africa and eat them in season. Me and you, we're probably never ever going to go to South Africa. I mean, let's be serious. The airfare alone. Yeah. I don't want to go. I'm sorry. I want to go. I don't see... There's places here in this country I haven't seen that I want to see. All right. Have a good day, guys. I'll post this later this week.